Yeah, it's your boy Polo the Swag King, and welcome to another episode of Polo's POV. If you thought about it, we probably go talk about it. Life, love, and all the above. And now that I'm done with all the shucking and jiving, let me come on with the come on. How y'all doing out there? It's been a minute. It's been a while. But guess what? A motherfucker like me still in style. That was off top of the dome, y'all. Just messing with you. You know how it is. But my homeboy, I don't know if y'all been listening to these podcasts or to the episodes, but I've been having Billy B with me. Billy B can't be with me tonight, and I really been holding off. He had a medical condition. I ain't gonna really get in his business like that, but he well and fine. Thank God for that, for sure. So I had to do it solo tonight because I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Well, really not a lot of stuff. I'm just be straight up and down with it. I'm going to get right on into it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense in holding back. You know it's election time. And you know how I know it's election time? Because I've been seeing everybody out campaigning, flags in yards, the little signs in yards. I seen the guy on the back of his truck just the other day. And I ain't gonna say a guy. I'm gonna say who it was. It was Alex Hodge. He used to be the former sheriff for Jones County. But he was out there on the back of his truck, waving the hand on everybody that passed by. It's like a little, you come out for, 59 South, get off on 590. He was right there waving at every single car that came by. And then it made me think. I said, man, I see this man in the community a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he got beat out by, that's last election. He got beat out by, I want to say Joe Berlin or something like that. And if anybody ever listen to my podcast, you got to keep in mind what I've been saying. Forget about the presidential election. What about who running your school board? Who's the sheriff? Who's the mayor? Who's the fire chief? Like, this would affect you directly. Like, that shit Joe Biden and Trump doing, they talking about him stealing documents, which he ain't gonna die on charges. He got too many charges. So it don't matter if you're a Trump supporter or not. Either way, that's on the federal level. You got to deal with your state level, and then you got to deal with your local community. And I was trying to wait on Billy to get back, get well, but to me, this issue came up so fast, and I heard this from somebody else, and they got it firsthand, and I can't disclose their name just for protection purposes. But they saying your boy Joe, they saying the sheriff for John County. I don't know if he trying to run again or what. I don't know that. Because I don't keep up with it. I'm guilty of the same thing I'm telling you to keep up with. But to me, if I'm going to vote for a sheriff, I'm going for Alex Hodge. And that's just me personally. Because like I said, I see him in the community. Now, I don't know. He might be the lesser of two evils. I don't know. You know, I ain't in his personal life. But I do see him in the community. But now this Joe guy, he been the sheriff. I ain't seen him nowhere. I don't know nothing he done. No policies or like what's going to help the community. I don't know nothing. But the question is, how did he get in office? That's the question. Because I've never heard of him. Don't know what he done. Even while he been in office, I don't know nothing he done. So how did he get in office? And how he got in office was the votes. And I'm talking to my people. African American people. You can't have 5 or 6 or people that got money putting their candidate in because they're the only one going down and vote. They make us think our vote don't count. And then you got to look at it like this. Why do they want you to think your vote don't count so bad? It's because it do. It's because it do. They trying to change voting lines. They trying to stretch it out, move voting precincts, trying to get put restrictions on absentee voting. I had a niece, and she from Mississippi, born and raised. She was going to college in another state, and they told her she had to drive back to Mississippi to cast a vote. And she eating in that state, housing in that state. She putting money in that state. So really, she 2 states. But they told her she had to drive back to Mississippi to cast a vote. I've known voter precincts to be on college campuses, but when it come time to vote, they disappear, move 3 and 4, 5 miles down the road. And then, like I said, when people out of state, they don't have transportation like that. It's like a slick voter registration, voter suppression. I'm sorry. And I hate to do it to you, Joe, but I'm just telling you the facts. Now, once again, I can't give names and sources, but from my understanding, and then if you want to come at me, I'm just calling you out on what I know. I got eyewitnesses saying this. And I told them if I report it on my podcast, I'll try to keep them in the clear as much as possible. But I do know he's been inappropriate towards younger women while he's eating at restaurants. I'm going to say it like that. And this is not nobody you need to be the sheriff of your county. I'm talking strictly Jones County. I'm pretty sure this is published all over the world, but I'm just saying, and these are my views. They don't represent any publisher or platform that carries my podcast. Most of the time, he's not even in the uniform, him or the other people he rolling with. Now, I've seen Atlas Hodge a lot of time, but 95% of the time, he's in uniform. And to me, he take pride in the uniform. That's what's supposed to be the whole deal about it. Sheriff, mayor, fire chief, all of these supposed to be titles. You're supposed to represent the community and what's in the community. But I do know he's made inappropriate comments to waitresses. And it got to be to the point where it done got to me. And I said, well, hey, I ain't dropped the podcast in a while. This definitely got to go on the podcast. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to say it one more time. That's Joe Berlin. That's our current sheriff. I don't know if he's running again or not, but I don't think this is our guy because I don't think he represents that. Because if it was my daughter, we would have a whole nother situation if it was my daughter. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying. And I wouldn't care if you the sheriff or if you got other guys with you or not. Because you're not being sheriff-like. You know what I'm saying? And then, I don't know. I wonder, is he married or something? I don't know. That's another question. Look, I don't know. But switching gears, I had to get that off the top, off the dome. That was the whole purpose of this podcast. And now I just want to talk about, man, how y'all grass doing? Like, I don't know if you got a yard, you're in an apartment, you got a lot. But, man, this grass with the rain and the sunshine, shit. I'm glad I bought a zero turn. I ain't gonna lie. Now, you can get out there with a push mower, but, ooh, you're gonna have your work cut out for you. I'm supposed to be weed eating right now instead of doing the podcast. I ran out of weed at this train. Got, man, weed attachment, brush, cuddles, electric chainsaw, gas chainsaw, anything you want to do, yard and landscaping work. But I ain't got no weed in this train. Ain't that a bitch? I ain't got no weed in the stream. It shut down my whole operation. I can hear my zero turn going right now. Cutting yard. My old lady said she cutting yard because she said I be running over flowers and stuff, which I can understand that because if it look like grass, I'm gonna cut it. I mean it's all green. Don't be mad at me. It's all green. But she was like, don't even worry about it no more. I'll cut. And then it's light work on the zero turn. So I actually got the hard part. I got to do the weeding and the push more because you can't get too close to the house because, bust the windows and stuff. And our windows ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. I promise you they ain't. Denver Nuggets won the NBA Finals. I think we got the College World Series going on. That's a lot going on. Eggs done went down. Hold on. Eggs done went down after I bought me some chickens. Man, I'm talking about they were so high. I bought chickens and built the coop. And, well, I ain't built the coop. I bought the coop. The whole, I probably spent about, if I had to guess, probably about $800 to $900 just on the coop. And then got the chickens. And then when I get them, eggs go back down. You ever seen The Price is Right when they say, doo-doo, doo-doo? That's how I'm feeling right about now. Doo-doo, doo-doo. But at the same time, I ain't got to worry about buying eggs no more. Planting the garden, all this, because the prices is outrageous. The prices is outrageous. Then we had something like a mini storm this morning. Power company calling me. You know some shit when the power company call you. And I looked down, I was like, what? The power company? But we had power outages for a minute. Security out. Everything's out. Just crazy stuff. But anyway, I want to get that out of my chest by Joe Berlin, honestly. And this is going to be a short, sweet podcast. You already know where you can hit me up. Marco Polo 2K at iCloud.com. Polo DA _ swag king on Instagram. Polo the swag king 1 on Twitter. You already know I got my music out. Polo DA swag king on all platforms. And these are my views. They don't represent any publisher or platform that carries this podcast. And it's gonna be short. So, hold on, wait a minute. I got something special for y'all. Give me 1 second. Fred. You want to be on the podcast?
Haircut.
They can hear you. You want to be on the podcast? Say hey.
Yay.
That's what you going to say.
Hey.
What you been doing all day, man?
Watching TV.
That's it? You ain't been doing nothing else? It's podcast live.
What?
I was telling your mom it was podcast live. What you watching?
What did you just say?
Oh, wait a minute. Now you're just being silly. I'm finna end it. Cause I thought you had something to say.
Hey.
Don't worry about it. It's been another edition of Polo's POV.
I gotta go do basketball.
You gotta go do basketball. Yeah, do basketball and basketball. He talking about he's on the Dribble Up program. They teach him dribbling programs by professionals, and they also got the NBA goal outside. So he practicing. He's only 6. That's why he sounding like that. And well, you gotta set your app up first, little boy. All right, thank you, love you. But until next time, be good and be safe. Peace.